Yo, what's up? It's your boy, Philly Will. Coming to give you the Philly Will spill. We're going to cover 3 topics today. One is going to be sports. The other 2 is going to be entertainment. And one is like real life issues to me also while it's in entertainment. We're going to cover the top 4 teams in the NFL. If they don't go to the Super Bowl, their season will be a complete waste. Drake lawsuit details and Wendy Williams guardianship. I feel the need that I should talk about that. That is something that's very important that a lot of people are probably going through that we don't really even talk about or even know about in a sense. So we're going to talk about those top 3 things. Before we do that, please like and subscribe to my channel. My channel is the Philly Will Spill. The person's going to come give it to you real, not like the gimmicky people that we see on TV, like things of nature. It's not. I didn't cover an episode yesterday, as this is episode 22, because there really hasn't been nothing to talk about in the sports world outside of John Morant dunking over Wemby. That was impeccable right there. But as far as in the NFL, we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys. It's not in the playoffs. While the playoffs are going, about them getting the coach. You got 3 or 4 other teams: Jacksonville, Chicago, the Raiders. You had the Patriots, and you got the Cowboys. Why do we keep talking about the Cowboys every day? ESPN? Why we can't talk about nothing else different? Who cares about the Cowboys? F the Cowboys. Let's let these teams have their flowers that's in the playoffs. Quit talking about the Cowboys. Now I know behind the scenes there's something going on with whoever where ESPN, your first takes, your get ups, and all of that things of that nature. NFL, y'all got to keep covering the Cowboys. We got 31 other teams. We want to keep covering the Cowboys all year long. People are exhausted with the Cowboys. But that's why I'm here to give you the real spill. Please like and subscribe if you're not subscribed to my channel. We're going to get straight into it. Topic number 1. Top 4 teams, they don't go to the playoffs, their season will be a waste. I'm not going to say a complete waste, a waste. So, number 4, Kansas City Chiefs. The man, Patrick Mahomes. 2-headed monster. Kareem Hunt, Pacheco. Hollywood Brown. Xavier Worthy. Hopkins. Travis Kelce, the man Kelce. And although he's contemplating on retirement because he said he has lost a step, he still get open. So the man Travis Kelce. 2-time Super Bowl champion is the reason why I got him at the bottom, because they've been there and they won it twice in a row and they're trying to do a 3-peat. But Baltimore Ravens, foot stepped out of bounds. Cincinnati Bengals, ref threw a penalty because the cornerback ran through the wide receiver for the jump ball. I believe it was the Atlanta Falcons. The cornerback for the Chiefs ran through the wide receiver, just like the one that was called for them, and the ref didn't call it. Broncos blocked the field goal at the end of the game. Raiders, the offensive lineman, the center hiked the ball when the team wasn't ready to go down and kick to go ahead field goal to beat them. You name it. It's been like very, very close for so many games. They only lost 1 game, and they're playing the Texans, which is not a slouch, but they already played the Texans and they beat the Texans. So, to me, I got the rank 4 at the bottom of it. But if they don't go to the Super Bowl, their season is a waste. Like you have 20+ days off. Your team is well rested. Everybody is rested. Now that could be an issue, having rest over rust, but we'll see. You still got Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City Chiefs. I believe once they get 1 or 2 drives, all the rust is gonna be gone. And in them 1 or 2 drives, if they do punt the ball, you heard it here first. Texans, you better take advantage of it, because when the Kansas City Chiefs punt the ball, that's like a turnover, because they score every single time. So when you get them to punt the ball, you better score points when they punt the ball. So number 4, Kansas City Chiefs. Number 3, I went back and forth over this, but I'm gonna do something different, because to me, number 2 and number 3 is a tie, but I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna put, after the Chiefs, the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions, 2-headed monsters, Montgomery and Gibbs, Sonic and Knuckles. Jared Goff playing lights out. You got Amon St. Brown, Jamison Williams, Tim Patrick, Khalif Raymond, Sam Laporta. You got linemen scoring touchdowns. You scoring touchdowns like people outside giving out pamphlets at Walmart before Christmas to go in there on the special. So You scored 50 points twice. You got the number 1 seed. You fought at the end of the season. Knocked the lights out of the Vikings to get the number 1 seed. You have done a lot. Last year, you were in the NFC Championship against the San Francisco 49ers. And how we would have kicked some field goals and not made some tough calls, Dan Campbell, you probably would have been in the Super Bowl last year. So if you were slated to go to the Super Bowl last year, you got the number 1 seed this year, and you got some people were healthy. A lot of people healthy on offense, and some people back. Arnold was coming back on defense, and you had your Anzalone came back the week before last. Hey, if you don't go to the Super Bowl, it's a waste. And everybody in Detroit will tell you that. Because right now, the Detroit vibe, the Detroit feel, we got turn on the news, you got the people at the elderly homes, they're in there celebrating Fox 2. You got the Dan Campbell imitations everywhere. It's a good vibe. I am not gonna lie. Although I'm an Eagles fan, what I am not is biased on this channel. What I don't do is cover the Eagles every day, all day. But Detroit got a good thing going on. Never felt this. Been here my whole life. So if they do not go to the Super Bowl, their season will be a waste. Number 2, I'm gonna rank them a little higher, put more pressure on them. I moved Detroit to the lower spot for a reason. Philadelphia Eagles. Last year, you went 10-1 before you fell off. Your team went to shambles, and you won the playoffs. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers shredded you. The coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I can't get his name out right now. He blitzed Jalen Hurts all game. You had A.J. Brown. He had a knee injury, so that kind of held him up. But nevertheless, you got beat. And you got beat bad. So you held your head, won the press conference. The best player on our team, I try to tell everybody, the best player on our team, and I say this with sarcasm, is Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman saw some things. They told Nick Sirianni to stay out the melting pot with the offensive play calling to the fact that we looked like we had high school plays drawn up last year. They went and got an offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, who's up for a head coaching job today with the Dallas Cowboys. He's getting an interview with them. And with other teams that he probably get interviewed with, I don't like that. I believe the NFL should change that rule. I don't think none of our offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators should be able to interview for head coaching jobs while they're in the playoffs. Allegedly, Gannon for the Arizona Cardinals, our defensive coordinator in our Super Bowl run against the Chiefs, were more importantly viewing and understanding and focused on his head coaching job with the Arizona Cardinals than he was with our defensive strategy in the Super Bowl, and it showed. It showed because we did a good job defensively throughout the year. That year we had 60 plus sacks and everything in the world. We couldn't get to Patrick Mahomes, and we couldn't cover like that. We had to score with them. Although we got up and Jalen Hurts fumbled the ball, we couldn't cover. But anyways, coming into the next year, you go get Saquon Barkley. Zach Bond was a diamond in the rough. We didn't think he was going to work out like that, but he's the top 3 linebacker. So that worked out for you. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, we already knew what he could be. You went back and got him. We had issues with safeties. Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean were round 1 and round 2 draft picks. They covered crazy. We didn't know what they was going to pan out to be, but they doing what they supposed to do. Once they get on the field and they show their worth, and you got the top ranked defense, the number 1 defense. Then you got Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Milton Williams, Nolan Smith playing lights out. He's being the person that we thought he could be coming from Georgia. And the other guy on the other end. Then you got 3 Pro Bowlers on the offensive line. You really have, to me, you have 5. You are the number 3 team. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. If you don't go to the Super Bowl, and I'm going to put complete on my team, it's a complete waste. You got Saquon Barkley in the backfield, could have broke Eric Dickerson's record. So you got one of the top, if not the top rushing attack. No, you have the top rushing attack. If you put your yards with Saquon Barkley yards, you might come short, I think, from Baltimore a little bit, because Jalen Hurts missed 2 games. So I would say Baltimore Ravens has it, like quarterback and running back. Before as just pure running back, you have that. So, playoff recipe. Don't turn the ball over. Jalen ain't been turning the ball over since before the bye. He ain't been turning the ball over. Rushing attack. Saquon Barkley could have broke the Eric Dickerson record. Defense. You have the number one defense. You only give up 17 points. I believe 260 some odd yards. If you don't go to the Super Bowl, it's a complete waste. That's number 3. Number 2. That's 4, 3. Number 2. Number 2. No, I'm sorry. This is number 1. Number 4 was the Chiefs. Number 3 was the Lions. Number 2 was the Eagles. And this is number 1, which is how I wanted it to be. Number 1. It goes without saying. We're going to do the same math. 40 plus passing touchdowns. 600 plus rushing yards as a quarterback. God knows how many passing yards. Running back in the backfield. Almost 2,000 yards also. Zay Flowers, Shea Bateman, Mark Andrews caught touchdown passes 6 weeks in a row. Isaiah Likely, when Mark wasn't like that, got in his bag. Defense wasn't looking so good first 9 weeks. Then they start putting it together on the back end of the season in the playoffs. I believe 6 plus Pro Bowlers on the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, first team All-Pro, is going to win an MVP again, as he should. If you guys don't go to the Super Bowl, it is a complete waste. You heard Lamar Jackson's interview as of lately. He don't call competing quarterbacks while he's competing with them. While he's competing with them, we ain't friends. We ain't friends. And I love that for the sake of keeping NFL tenacity and competition how it's supposed to be. And the NBA should mimic that, how Jordan was in the 90s, Charles Barkley, Akeem Olajuwon, all of them. We ain't about to be your friend. Gary Payton, we ain't your friend. But Sunday night against the Buffalo Bills, y'all better beat them boys. Y'all ran over them crazy last time y'all played them. Y'all better beat them boys. Y'all shut the Buffalo Bills out the last time y'all played them. They scored some points here and there, but y'all torched them. Y'all torched them. Lamar Jackson, as of the last 4 or 5 weeks, the season, as far as press-wise, we've been covering you. As we should, giving you your flowers. But heavy as the head that wears the crown. Heavy as the quarterback that's the first team All-Pro. Leading MVP. Season impeccable. I believe 40 plus touchdowns. Only person I think had a better season, did have a better season, was Peyton Manning when he went to the Broncos. He had 50 plus touchdowns. And they went to the Super Bowl. They got torched, but they went. Lamar Jackson also has a stigma. He plays good through the regular season, but he don't do too good in the playoffs. And like people are saying, you want to go to the playoffs and say, I did my job. I'm not the person that's going to analyze sports and a player did their job, but the rest of the team didn't do it, and I'm going to say it's his fault. I don't do that. That's the fake media that be doing that. That's why I got my channel. One of the reasons I got my channel. I don't like to be fake. If that man put it out on the line, he threw 300 plus yards, three TDs, no interceptions, no fumbles, and the team lost because maybe a running back fumble or wide receiver fumble or the wide receiver didn't run a route to get the first down and they turned the ball over, it ain't the quarterback's fault. Stop hanging everything on the quarterback. Stop doing that. So if he balls out, I'm not going to hold him against that. But like I said, if the Baltimore Ravens do not go to the Super Bowl, their season is a waste. Next topic, Drake's lawsuit. Let me go on this phone, give y'all some details on this stuff. So if you don't know, if you've been under a rock in the music industry, Drake has filed a lawsuit against Universal Music Group in regards to the song Not Like Us. So, here's some of the things. I'm gonna just say some of the things that he said is the reason why he's suing and what he went through since this song has been put out. If you don't know, his house got shot. They yelled out F Drake and shot through his house, and he hit the security guard. The security guard was bleeding out for over 30 minutes. Himself, Drake, had to witness that as the security guard was bleeding out, and that was tragic. That's one thing. He had to move his son to another school and his family to another location. It's number two. Random people was digging holes up under his gate to try to get to Drake to do, I guess, more harm. It's number three. Universal allegedly was paying, this is all alleged, was paying radio stations to hike up spins on Not Like Us, on top of moving the numbers around on Not Like Us as well. It's number four. Number five, he was labeled, it was a mafia type movement, and the fact that he was labeled as a pedophile, and that's all he was hearing was 69 God, 69 God, freaky 69 God. So those are the things that was listed. What's your spiel on this, Will? Tupac and Biggie were threatening each other's lives. They had physical altercations at award shows. They both lost their lives to this tragic demise. No matter what anybody say, who killed them, they both lost their lives over a beef. Jay-Z and Nas. Nas called Jay-Z gay. And I don't have nothing against no community. I'm just saying what happened. He called Jay-Z gay. He said Jay-Z was ugly. He said Foxy Brown kept you hot because you kept your face in her. You know what? Jay-Z came back and said he had condoms on Nas' baby car seat. I'm talking about the lowest of the lowest. Tupac said he F Faith Evans. What beef do we not have where it go to the extent to, if whatever they do say in there, whether it's true or not, the fans are going to take it, they're going to eat it up, and they're going to go at you. See, this is the thing now. Back in the Tupac days, and even in the Nas and Jay-Z days, social media wasn't where it's at now. So you can get, although you may not be right up on a person, you can get right to a person. They always say social media wins every time. The internet wins every time. Because you can get right on a person. And a person who lives in a phone that's these top number 1 to number 5 rappers and singers got to get up and see this. And when they get out of cars to go to venues, concerts, awards, charity events, or go just do their regular life on dates or take their kids somewhere, you gonna hear it. You're going to hear it. That's rap beef. Now, even the suing the record labels been telling radios to spin this, been telling radios not to spin that. They've been doing that, hiking up numbers. They did it for you. When they did it for you, when you beef with Meek Mills, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So, Drake, I don't like to cuss, but you fucking it up for light-skinned brothers, man. Chill. And we know why you didn't put the lawsuit directly on Kendrick Lamar, because your career would have probably been over. And we ain't heard from you outside of the Fighting Irish. And that's it. So you would have did that, it would have been over. But dude, you making a bad name for light-skinned brothers. You making a bad name for us, man. You making rap look corny right now. Corny. Then you got this dude, academics, snitching on LeBron James, if it's true or not, with him and his wife probably going through stuff. Bro, you out your mind. Take your L and take your L. Meek Mill took his L. Everybody took it. You move on, bro. You drop albums and you move on like it didn't faze you. You still are a prolific rapper. You're going to do numbers. Your fan base wants to hear you bring out music. We don't want to see you with lawsuits against record labels stating all of this. Now, Lord forbid, I'm not condoning any gun violence to where his security guard gets shot. Nobody's life should have to end over a rap battle. It should be a rap battle, and that should be it. But we do know in rap, that's one of those urban culture, hood environments. And when you bring hood environment, you bring hood mentality, that stuff come out. It come out. It did it with Tupac and Biggie. Other rappers have did that. When you beef and you say certain things, you know what comes with that territory. So I don't condone it. I don't advocate it at all. But hey, that's just what happened. So my spill on that, Drake, you making us look bad. You making yourself look bad, and you digging a hole bigger than what's been done. Like the dirt was getting put back in the hole for you to come up, dog. You digging it right back down to the ground, and then you doing stuff to one of the number one record labels, bro. You know what these record labels do when they got the power? They gonna shred you, man. Saying they trying to devalue your worth so you can't come back and get a bigger deal, bigger bag. Bro, you got the bag. You had the bag. And what Kendrick Lamar said, to a certain extent, I'm not talking about the pedophile stuff, but the way you did Atlanta rappers and the way you did rappers, period, you used them for their sauce, and then you threw them to the dirt, and then when they tried to come back and get a track from you, they couldn't. Bro, you knew what you was doing. He wasn't lying about that. He wasn't lying about that. Future, 21 Savage, all them people that you was getting tracks from when they was hot, or keep trying to go back and get a track to get your hood credit up. Kendrick Lamar hit that on the nail, man. So when you stick your feet in, when you in, you in. Knock it off, Drake. That's my spiel. Knock it off. Drop an album by yourself. Lease features. Move on. Move on. Stop answering them questions. Stop getting involved with that. Move on, Drake. Next topic. Number 3. Wendy Williams guardianship. Hey, so a lot of people in the world have been going through this. They just haven't got the press. And it might be, although I wish nobody go through this, it might be Wendy Williams calling to be in a situation to get it out here, because I didn't know really nothing about this guardianship stuff. But I'm going to let you know, Wendy Williams is in jail. She's just not in jail. What? Wendy Williams is living like she's in jail. She's just not in a prison, from what she had said on the Breakfast Club. If you go look at the Breakfast Club interview, and I let you hear it for her mouth. All I'm speaking on is what Wendy Williams said. And it could be alleged, but it didn't sound alleged. So I'm going to say allegedly because I don't want to be sued, but I want to tell you what some of the stuff Wendy Williams has said she's going through currently and what she went through. Give me 1 second. So, all right. She hasn't had her phone since she started this guardianship for 3 years. 3 years. Could you imagine not having your phone for 3 years and you're not locked up? And you're not in a coma or in some type of health issue? You're grown, 40, 50 years of age, and you don't got your phone? Prison. Next thing. She lives in like a I guess a luxury type home, but she can't go outside. She just sit in a room all day long. Her last three birthdays, she was sat in that room with no visitors. Could you imagine being of your age, a grown individual, male or female, and you can't have your family over to celebrate your birthday, whether you're not a person that, like a lot of people, you just want your immediate son in her situation, your kids, or your mother around, father around? Could you imagine that? 3 years? So like I said, she ain't in jail, but she's in jail. Next. She doesn't know if she can go celebrate her father's 94th birthday, 94th or 97th birthday. She doesn't know, because when she came out recently and said some things and did some things that the guardianship, this Sabrina woman, didn't like, things happened like her cats that she liked were taken away and was like given away. She loved the cats. So she's getting retaliation from This Sabrina woman. So she don't even know if she's gonna be able to go see her father in his 94th birthday. Could you imagine not being able to go see your father or your mother, 90 years of age, and you're not in jail, and you're not in a coma, you don't have a disability, you can get up, you can go drive, you're coherent. Could you imagine that? So although she's not in prison, she's in prison. Next, she had to ask for permission to go to her son's graduation. She had to ask for permission to go to her son's graduation. It was a fight, a struggle to go to her son's graduation. Could you imagine not being able to go to your kid's graduation and you're not in jail? You're not in a health issue. You're not in a coma. You don't have a disability. You're coherent. You can get up. You can drive. You can go. You got family that can take you if you couldn't drive. Could you imagine that? So although she's not in prison, she's in prison. They also said, I guess the attorney that's dealing with her case, I don't know if she's close to the Sabrina chick or not, gave a donation to the judge who's presiding over her case. So, you know, in this situation, I guess this judge can preside to let Wendy go. Of course, you got to go through evaluation, whatever case may be, but the attorney gave a donation to the judge. Crooked, just allegedly. Crooked, just to keep her in the situation. I don't know if you guys and ladies know, Britney Spears went through the same thing, but her family was in on it. That's why I was quiet on her situation. She got out of it. Ain't no way in the world, to everybody in the world, no matter what age you are, when you get to being an adult and you know ain't nothing wrong with you. And I'm gonna let you guys know something. Everybody knows something. I wasn't a Wendy Williams fan. I ain't gonna say I didn't like her, but I wasn't really a Wendy Williams fan because I didn't like the being in everybody's business and bringing it out and doing all that. I'm just not that type of person. So it was nothing personal. I do not dislike Wendy Williams, but I'm letting you know, I don't want y'all to think I'm getting on here, oh, he's a Wendy. No. I was not a Wendy Williams fan. I'm still not a Wendy Williams fan. I am a fan of dignity. I'm a fan of integrity. I'm a fan of fairness. I'm a fan of treat people how they should be treated. And this woman shouldn't be treated like that. So they got a hashtag Free Wendy Williams on Breakfast Club. They got a donation so she can get an attorney to get out of the situation. And I felt the need to get on my platform and talk about Wendy Williams should not be going through that. That is terrible. Permission to go see your father for his birthday, permission to go to your son's graduation. You can't have no phone. She don't got a laptop. She don't got nothing. She can't go outside. The lady from the radio station, Lauren from Breakfast Club, went there, got permission, had Wendy Williams on the phone. They act like everything was good, and then all of a sudden security guards came out and said Wendy Williams not here, as she on the phone with her, and everything went left. Oh, she not here. We don't know nobody by that name. The Sabrina chick, we don't know nobody by that name. Just terrible. They're trying to hide something. Wendy Williams got $15 to her name. That's what she said. Go check this out. This should be blown up. Magnitude. Like we blow up the Drakes and the Kendricks, and we blow up sports, and we blow up all this other stuff that is fun to watch. But real life is real life. People try to shun away from that. Nobody in there. Could you imagine your mother and you being a kid? And another lady came on the radio station and said they go after elderly people that only have one child. Could you imagine yourself going through that for your mother or your father? That's terrible. That's terrible. So, like I said, she has a GoFundMe on the Breakfast Club, Charlamagne's Instagram too, and hashtag Free Wendy Williams. What she just wants it to get out. She wants to, so everybody who watched this, and I'm going to make sure I put this in my shorts, 2 shorts for this. It's going to go to this topic, and put it out on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And I'm going to probably put a boost on my TikTok. I know we only got 2 more days or whatever, but I'm probably going to put a boost on this. This needs to get out. That woman should not be treated like that. Flat out. Free Wendy Williams, and she's not in prison. That's all I got for today. And like I say, I'm Philly Will all day, every day, and twice on Sundays. I hope everybody have a fun time this weekend. And I say that reluctantly, being that I just talked about the Williams situation. But I hope everybody that can have fun, cheer for your sports team. I hope things don't go to the left. It's only sports. Your team can try again next year. It is what it is. I'm going to say for people that's watching, you're not going to have to do a welfare check for me. Being that I'm on this platform right now, I can't hide. I can't do nothing. I'm going to accept all calls. If the Eagles was to come to a demise, I face reality that it's just sports. It's not the end of the world. I'm still going to be Philly Will all day, every day, and twice on Sundays until the next season comes. No matter where we fall, or if we do accomplish the ultimate goal, I'm going to try my best to be in Philly at the parade because I missed the last one. So overall, everybody have fun. Cherish the time that you have with your family because you never know when that time is going to end. Love people. Forgive people. You don't got to forget, but forgive people. Move on. 2025, I'm on all of my episodes. I'm going to be parading around positivity and love. I said it in my last episode. I love everybody. I don't hate anybody. And you should do the same thing. So like I said, I'm going to say it for one more last time, I'm Philly Will all day, every day, and twice on Sundays. And I'm out.